welcome to one more session for the hardware. This is the last session for the hardware, and then your topic for the hardware will be completed. So in this topic, or in this session, sorry, we will be discussing about the printers. Now printers are actually of two categories: inkjet printers and laser printers. Now where is an inkjet printer utilized and where is a laser printer utilized? So when you do require a bulk quantity and a better quality, so you will be utilizing laser printer. But you do not require a quantity as well as you can compromise over the quality as well. So you may say no quality. So at this place you will be utilizing an inkjet printer. Okay, do remember that the quality thing can be manipulated, but when it comes to the quantity, so that cannot be manipulated. For example, there was a question in past paper they asked that what type of the printer will be utilized when you do not require the quantity but you do require the quality. So if the quantity was not required, that means they asked that you do not require the quantity but you do require a quality, one feature from the inkjet, one from the laser. So at this place we will be utilizing the inkjet printer because we will be focusing on the quantity stuff mainly. Now there are two printers, as I just told you, laser and inkjet, and I've utilized and I've told them their utilization as well. Now coming towards the inkjet printer. So first of all, with the inkjet printer, what are the parts that an inkjet printer is actually utilizing? So first part that an inkjet printer is utilizing is the print head, that is consisting of the nozzles that sprays, or you may say that drops the droplets of the ink onto the piece of paper on those places where you would require a printing. Then we do have an ink cartridge or cartridges that might be 4 or 6 and might be a single if it's a monochrome printer. Then a stepper motor and a belt. Now what is the utilization of a stepper motor and a belt? That moves the print head from left to right and then again from right to left. So this is the utilization of a stepper motor. Then a paper fat, that is somewhat looking like this, and you might see over here at the bottom there is a paper fat tray. This paper fat tray is actually utilized to place the papers inside. Then comes with the two different technologies that are utilized by the inkjet printers. That's a thermal bubble technology and a piezoelectric. Now piezoelectric, there is a sub reservoir. Just imagine that this is a sub reservoir of an ink and there is a crystal placed at the top of it. As soon as the electric current passes, this crystal vibrates, and due to this the vibration of this crystal, air is allowed to pass into the reservoir, pushing the ink to drop on that particular location where you need to have the printing. And meanwhile, from the main reservoir, this reservoir, the you may say the sub reservoir fills once again. So this is the piezoelectric technology. While when it comes to the thermal bubble, so in the thermal bubble, the reservoir gets warmed up. Once it is going to warm up, it you may say the bubbles are going to create within the ink, and those bubbles collide with each other, and once they are colliding with each other, they just burst, and the droplets of the ink are you may say sparkled at those places where you need the ink to be dropped. So these are the two methods or the two technologies that an inkjet printer is utilizing. Number one is the piezoelectric and other one is the thermal bubble. Now they are saying what happens or how an inkjet printer is printing a paper. Similarly, after the working of an inkjet printer, we will be learning about the working of a laser printer. So first 4 points for the inkjet as well as for the laser are same. Now what are those first 4 points? Number one, they are saying the printer from the document is sent to the printer driver. Now printer driver is actually a sort of a utility software. Utility software are those softwares that are actually helping the operating system to operate. Okay, so utility software or printer driver is a type of utility software that is building up the connection between the printer and an application. For example, right now I'm utilizing a Adobe. So if I'm going to print this book, so between this Adobe and between the printer, whatever the software is going to create a bridge, or you may say you are going to create up a connection. So that is known as a printer driver. So data from the document is sent to the printer driver. Once it reaches the printer driver, now the printer driver is going to ensure that it is in the format, that means it is in the binary format that the printer can understand. Just after that, printer driver is going to check for the printer that whether it is available, is it doing another job, is it out of the ink, is the paper over there or not. So it's going to check for each and every stuff. If each and every stuff is perfectly fine, now what is going to happen? The data is now sent to the printer and is stored in the temporary memory known as the printer buffer, as we just discussed earlier in these videos. Not this one, earlier than that, the MBR, memory buffer register. So the data is going to store over there. So these 4 points for the inkjet and for the laser remains same. Now coming towards the fifth point for the inkjet printer. Now they are saying a sheet of the paper is fed into the main body of the printer. A sensor detects whether paper is available in the paper fed tray. If it is out of the paper or paper is jammed, then an error message is sent back to the computer. We already discussed this part. Now, as the sheet of the paper is fed through the printer, the print head moves from side to side. Okay, now what is going to happen? For example, this is a piece of a paper. Now the print head is going from side to side in this format. Okay, now once it is going from side to side, what is going to happen? Moves from side to side across the paper, printing the text or image. Sorry, I just missed. Yeah, printing the text or image. The four ink colors are sprayed in the exact amount of the quantity. The four ink that we just discussed earlier, that were black. Over here they are. Yeah, over here. Black is over there, blue, yellow, magenta is over there. Okay, so these are the four colors that they are sprayed if you are going to have a colored printing. Four color printing, that is in the terminologies of a market, they are known as the four color printing. Okay, now after the end of each full pass, now what do you mean by that particular thing? That means as soon as one line is printed in this format, I should draw it again for you guys. Once the line is done, again the line is done. Now this means one line has been printed completely. Now it will be moving to the next line. So after this one pass, the paper is slightly moved ahead, so that now it points to the next line, and now the printing over the next line is started. So this process continues until the whole page has been printed. Once the entire page has been printed, now it will check that if there is more data. Like for an example, you need to have the printouts of the 3 pages. So now one paper is done. Now it will be checking out, okay, now there are more pages. Yeah, there are two more pages. So now it will be starting up with the second page. Similarly, it will be starting at the third page after that. Now just after the third page, it will be checking out if there is more data. So there is no more data to be printed. So now the microprocessor will be easily going back to their normalized task or whatever the task it was doing. So they are saying once the printer buffer is empty, the printer sends an interrupt, that means a special type of the signal, that asking the microprocessor for the more data to the processor in the computer. This is a request for more data to be to send to the printer. The whole process continues until the or the document has been printed. So this was the working of an inkjet printer. Now coming towards the working of a laser printer. So how the laser printer is working. So as I told you, the first 4 points are same for the inkjet as well as for the laser. So first point says the data from the document is sent to the printer driver, as we just discussed. The printer driver ensures that the data is in the format that chosen printer can understand, that means into the binary. Then the printer driver is going to check it out whether chosen printer is available, out of ink, offline, something like that. And finally, for the fourth point, the data is then sent to the printer and is stored in the temporary memory known as the printer buffer. Now these 4 points were same for the inkjet. Now coming towards the fifth point of the laser, they are saying the start of the printing process, you are going to have a printing drum that is given with a positive charge. There is a printing drum over here. And this printing drum is being provided with a positive charge right now. once you have provided the positive charges to the drum, what is going to happen? And just after that, a laser beam is passing over this drum. For example, this is a drum, and yeah, you can see that. So there are positive charges. So laser beam is going to pass over this drum, and it will be removing the positive charges from those areas where you need to have the printing, leaving the negative areas behind. That means, for example, I need a printing. I'm so sorry. I need a printing at this place, this place, this place, this place, this place. So we can change the color over here. This place, this place, this place, this place, this place, for example. And we can have 2 or 3 more. Okay, now there are negative charges over here because at these places you need to have the printing. So just after that, what they are saying, they just said in the 5th point, I'm repeating myself. The start of the printing process involves a printing drum being given a positive charge. As this drum rotates, a laser beam is scanned across it, removing the positive charge in certain areas. This leaves negatively charged areas with exactly match the text images of the pages to be printed. Just after that, toner is a powdered form of the ink. So toner is a powdered form of the ink and is given with a positive charge, or you may say it is positively charged. So the toner is sparkled, or you may say the toner is thrown over a drum. Now obviously, at which areas the toner is going to stick? So the toner is going to stick only the negative areas, because unlike charges attract each other. Unlike charges attract each other. So it will be in this format. So the toner is going to stick onto the negative areas, giving them a positive charge once again. So now the drum is completely again with the positive charge, some with toner and some without toner. Just after that, a paper sheet is given a negative charges. Yeah, a negatively charged sheet of the paper. So the paper sheet is given with the negative charge and is now rolled over the drum. So the entire positive charges will be sticking to the paper because it's negative. So unlike charges are going to attract each other. So all the positive charges are going to um, stick over the paper, some with toner and some without toner. So now they will be giving an exact copy of the image that, or the exact copy of the text that you need. Now to prevent the paper from sticking onto the drum, the paper is removed after one rotation of the, or you may, sorry, the charges are removed after one rotation of the drum. Now just after that, you might have noticed when you are getting a printout from a laser printer, so it's a little bit warm. Why is that warm? Because just after that, the paper, as the toner sticks onto the paper, now this paper is passed through a fuser. Now fuser is something, they are the heated rollers. Paper is just passing through them. So once it is passing through them, it melts the toner. The fuser melts the toner, and now the toner sticks permanently onto the piece of the paper, so there is no splashes or something like that. Okay, and finally they are saying at very end, a discharge lamp removes all the electric charges from the drum, making it ready for the next page. So this is how the printer is working on, and that was the last topic for the topic hardware, or you may say the last subtopic for the topic hardware. See you with the next session. The next session will be regarding the softwares. See you then. Allah Hafiz.